Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This might just be the easiest sewing tutorial you're going to come across today, and you know when I say easiest, I mean it. I'll be showing you guys how to make this timeless butterfly bubu gown. This bubu gown is timeless. It has been there. Those that know, and it is not going anytime soon because it's timeless. If this seems like something you're interested in, make sure you hit on the subscribe button if you haven't. Like this video so it can get to as many people as possible. Turn on your post notifications. Share this to family and friends who you think will be interested in tutorials like this. Now let's dive right into this. This is the fabric I'll be using for this tutorial, and this is the best choice of fabric for this kind of style. What I have here is almost 4 yards, almost because it's just 4 inches short of being 4 yards, and this is how it comes. Okay, you can see how it looks. This is silky. I think they have different textures, but this is the one I went for, and you can see how beautiful this looks. So smooth and lush. This costs about 10,000 naira in the Nigerian market. So yeah, when choosing a print, make sure it's beautiful because this really caught my eye. Now let's go ahead to fold this. Now to fold this, you'll notice that the length of this fabric is actually not long. I'll just measure this, and you can see that what I have here is about 47 inches, and my client is way taller than that. Most people actually are taller than that 47 inches. Okay, so you have to fold it by the yardage. Another reason why we'll be folding by the yardage is because this design has to sit in the middle of the cloth. All right, but before we fold this, the first thing you need to do is to take out your scarf. I just took out my scarf, and the scarf I took out was about 13 inches. So make sure that before taking out your scarf, what you have is going to be enough for the length of what you are making. So now I'm going to go ahead and fold it this way. So you can see I'm doing that. You fold it by the yardage first because this will not have any joining at the shoulder. Now go ahead and arrange this properly like I'm doing here. The next thing you're going to do is to fold it this way. So you can see that we have a fold of 4. You fold it by the yardage first, and then you fold it in the other way, and this is what you will have. Now go ahead and give this a really good press and pin it down because my fabric is actually soft, so I need to iron it and use pins to hold it in place so it doesn't move around too much during the course of this tutorial. Now that you have successfully folded your fabric, another thing you need to take note of is that you are folding this on the right side. You know, normally we would fold on the wrong side in case of chalk markings. Now this time around it's going to be on the right side because we are sewing on the right side. Now to impute your measurements, you can either use your round bust measurement or your round hip measurement depending on how big you want it to be. So let's give an example. My client's round bust measurement is 40 and her round hip measurement is 48. This client doesn't want her bubu to be so big. For this reason, I'm going to use the round bust measurement, which is 40 inches. Okay, so I'm going to divide this 40 inches by 4, which is going to give me 10. I'll be adding extra 4.5 to 5 inches for ease, okay, which at the end of the day is still going to be big enough to fit. All right, so if you're using the round bust or the round hip, it doesn't matter because we are still going to add excess for ease and it's still going to fit. But if you want it bigger, you have to use the bigger measurement, which in my client's case would have been the hip. Now coming to the neckline, for the neck width you need to determine how wide you want your neckline to be. If you want it very wide that you want to be able to drop one side of the shoulder, then you should use 4 or 4.5 inches. My client doesn't want that, so I'm going to use 3.5 inches for the neck width and come down by 3 inches for the neck depth. Connect this together with a curve. We'll be using the entire length of this point here. The next thing you're going to mark is going to be your sleeve opening. So from the top of your fabric, come down by about 10 inches. If the person is very big, you can use 11 inches. Now you can see that I'm just marking this slightly. This is because this is the right side of the fabric and you don't need your chalk markings to be too much. Now on this line here, I'm going to impute my measurement. My round bust divided by 4 is 10. And I'll be adding excess of 4.5 inches to that. So I'm going to mark this at 14.5 inches. The next measurement you are going to mark is our waistline. So from the top of your fabric, just mark down your waistline measurement. Mine is 15.5 inches. Now most people will just mark the same measurement they have from the top all the way to the length, but I like to take out a few inches from what I have around this area here. So I'll be taking out 1 inch. Sorry, I'm marking this at 13 inches. It's supposed to be 13.5. But go ahead and take out 1 inch. Okay, I always do this because it always gives me and my clients better fitting. Now from this waistline, you're going to mark down your waist to your hip line measurement. So for me it is 8.5 inches. On this line here, you are going to mark the same thing you have at the top there, which is 14.5 inches. Connect this back to the waistline. You are going to mark whatever you have here straight down. I'll continue marking 14.5 inches and connecting it. Another thing you need to know is that this is going to have a slit. Coming from the length of your fabric, measure out how long you want your slit to be. For me, I'll be using 20 inches. So my stitch is going to stop at this point here. Now what we'll do here basically is just to stitch this down from this point here all the way to this point before our slit starts. So I'll go ahead and cut out my neckline following this line here. I'll be taking out my pins and I'm going to open this up like this, so you can see what I have. What I'll be doing here is to transfer all the measurements I have on the other side on this side here. So I'm going to repeat the same thing, and this line here, this ghetto line, is going to serve as my midpoint, which is going to be my guide. So doing the same thing from the top, first you'll mark your sleeve opening. Mine is 10 inches. And from that ghetto line, I'll mark my 14.5 inches. Next is the waistline, 15.5 inches for me. And from the ghetto line, I'm going to mark my 13 inches. Also, from the waistline, I'm going to mark down my waist to my hip measurement. Then on this line, I'm going to also mark 14.5 inches. And from this point here, I'll just mark it straight down. Take note of where I want my slit to be. So from down, I'll measure 20 inches. So what we'll be doing here is to stitch this down on the right side from this point all the way to before the slit starts. And we are going to do this on both sides. Now I'm going to advise that before you go ahead and stitch this down, that you pin this down along these lines, because you don't want your fabric moving. So I just put my fabric on the floor because my table wasn't big enough to accommodate the fullness of this bubu. So I've gone ahead to pin it down, and I'm going to stitch it down like I described. After stitching this down, this is what you have. I don't know if you can see my stitch because I made sure to use a thread that is going to match it. Now that you are done stitching this down, we are almost done with this bubu. The next thing you are going to do is to close the sides. Okay, you are just going to hem the sides by folding it in by ½ inch and further folding it in again by ½ inch and stitch it down all the way around. Make sure to do this on both sides and hem the bottom part of your dress. Also, on the neckline, you are going to be piping the neckline using a bias. So after doing that, you can see how beautiful this looks. I've gone ahead to give this a really good press. You can see the neckline and you can see how I use my bias to pipe it. You can see the hemline at the sides, and also you can see that I have hemmed the bottom part of this dress. And that is it. This is how to go about making this timeless African butterfly bubu gown. I hope this tutorial was really helpful and easy. Please do let me know in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Share this to family and friends who you think will love this. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial.